Yes, I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the Grill to Podcast Show, baby. And you know by now what that sound means. Boom, boom, boom. I've been strolling and trolling through the world of media and psychoticness and just coming up with some things to tell you about. And hey, do you remember at the height of the George Floyd death, and after that all the marches, and there was this cry, defund the police, defund the police. Can you believe they actually did this out in Oakland? They began diverting funds or taking them away from the police officers, and actually it had some detrimental effects. So basically there was a spike in the crime, and then now the mayor and the city council, they're like, oh, we think we did something wrong. You're damn sure right. I think when this began, when I saw all of this, I said, when you take the police out of it, the strong, I mean not the strong as in strong like God strong, but strong as in criminal element, the smart guys who are ready to do their thing, they will take over. And unfortunately, out in Oakland, California, that did happen. And I only say this because if you're one of those people who run around talking about, I don't need the police, your uncle ain't coming, I ain't gonna call the police on nobody. Yes, you will. Just give it a chance. But if you're one of those people, I mean, that's your choice, but I hope you got enough. You need to be a lawyer, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a EMT, you need to be certified in CPR, you need to know how to treat gunshot wounds, you need to be a bail bondsman. There's so many legal positions that you need to hold. You need to be a certified peace officer if you want to defund the police from your area, because you got to think about it. I mean, especially in the urban area, defunding the police is not a thing to do, but in Oakland, they did it. Now, with an increase in capital crimes, I'm talking about that real stuff, the cap, the murder, the real felonies. They're like, oh, well, maybe we need to try to reverse this. I mean, you got to think about it. The mayor had the support of the city council. I mean, who's liable? I mean, because that whole defund the police nonsense, I mean, it's been out there for a while. It has. I mean, but who's going to really capitalize from the lack of police officers? Criminals, crime. That's just it. And then, of course, they did it because the outcry in the media was so loud. Like, oh, we don't need the police. For the media to even like push that, if you see a news reporter in your neighborhood, they're typically accompanied by the police officer. I mean, these ain't the 70s and the early 70s and whatever, when people were afraid to walk up to a media person and snatch their microphone. We don't live in those days no more. They will be a victim of crime now, so they're getting escorts. But to just have the media push this out there like it was something, and then just say the people are saying it. See, they hands off when it came to something like this. It was like, oh, well, the people are saying it. No, you're repeating it. You're putting it out there like it's the big thing. So, I mean, like I said, there was an outcry for it. I remember it. You remember it. It was after that unfortunate death of George Floyd, which it does not depict the whole personality of all the police officers. Let's go back to the original. I told you about this one. You know about this one. Rodney King. That was the first ass whooping on tape. That did not depict the whole mentality or the mentality of the police and peace officer across this country. It did not. But if you get it in your face on the news and the 5 o'clock news and the 9 o'clock news, and they want to update you, and then there's a nightly update, and in the morning, you'll feel like, oh, this is really what needs to be done. We need to get rid of the cops. But you know who's protecting those businesses that are telling you or repeating this stuff? The police officers. You go anywhere, it's a security guard. He's probably had some military experience. They're cops, or they had experience in law enforcement. They're protecting these businesses. And I'm going to go off of my notes and just say this. The whole problem, because I remember, who was that? Ben and Jerry's, I told you about them. They was bringing that crap up, and they're talking about, oh, the parents are teaching their children to fear the police. No, parents are teaching their children, do not go to that neighborhood acting stupid, because you're going to go to jail. If you go to Beverly Hills with that nonsense, you're going to go to jail. Don't go up there with that stupidity. That's what parents taught, the black moms taught their kids. Like, hey, you need to be careful where you're going to go being stupid, because you're going to go to jail. because we fear the cops that are overzealous. I like that word, overzealous about protecting the high-end neighborhoods who like, oh, they see you in your car, you're driving, you got your music playing, you and your homeboys. Hey man, pass that blunt. Y'all passing it back, and you just crossed into a upper echelon neighborhood. You will be stopped. Now, those are the cops that we fear because they won't go past that point. They won't come down. They didn't meet you before you got to that threshold. So those are the cops that we fear. But 90% of the peace officers are damn good cops. They put their lives on the line. A fucking vest does not stop a fucking AK. Okay? I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry about the language because that's what I feel. They put their lives on the line to protect someone. They're peace officers. So now, out in California, it didn't work. Now, okay, the cops start quitting. They start leaving their jobs. Now, how you gonna get them back? You're gonna have to give them more money. And oh, we made a mistake. You're damn right you made a mistake. You made a mistake for the citizens of Oakland, California. And I think they tried to do this in Minnesota, but they shut it down. They've tried to do it all over the world, but some of these city councilmen and these mayors understand what is going to happen. And I got a little story about mayors coming up, but they understand that what's going to happen when you have the lack of police force. They're not going to give up their police detail that follow them around for protection. So why give it up in these neighborhoods? Because you're giving it up in the black neighborhoods or the low-income neighborhoods. You're not giving it up in the upper echelon neighborhoods or the bougie neighborhoods. You're not giving it up. You're cutting, and what they don't realize, that's where they cut the cops at. Because the cops that patrol the neighborhoods that are high in crime, capital crimes, or high in felony crimes, or prison-worthy crimes, they're not paid enough. But they go to work, they strap it on every day, they strap it up every day. They're former military guys, and they're out there. I mean, that's 90% of the cops are good. Now, there's 5% I don't know about, and there's 5% bad. But 90% of them strap it up and go to work, and they go out there to serve and protect. So, out in California, hey, it didn't work. And if you're one of those cities or you're one of those people, you need to think about it. Because crime can happen, I mean, anytime. Shit, this ain't the purge. I mean, we can't live in a purge society. Come on now. That's a movie. If that's your thing, then don't be stupid. You can't live in that society. Because the first people gonna start purging is the cops and the people with guns. They didn't like you anyway. They gonna come purge your ass first. I've been waiting on this day. I've been waiting on that day since you stole my donut. That donut had jelly in it, strawberry jelly, you know. So, I mean, let's just get back on and get away from that defund the police. Hey, and I'm going to move on to Papa Joe. Papa Joe back in the news. Papa Joe, another dumbass poll, and this is going to be the foulest language I use. Another dumbass poll. I mean, I don't get these people. They are polling people who you don't even know. And they telling you the results of the poll like you took the poll. They are expressing the sentiments of people that they polled like they polled you. Like, didn't you say this? Don't you agree with this? They're pushing the idea or the results of their poll. Like, don't you agree with this? Don't you agree that Joe Biden is this? Don't you agree that Joe Biden is that? They did the same thing with Donald Trump. Don't you agree that Donald Trump is a racist? 40% of Americans that were polled feel that Donald Trump has lost his closeness with it. Come on. That's how it is. They just telling you the results of probably 50 people in the room eating pizza. Yep, I'm gonna write that down right there. What you got? What you got for number 10? You think he an asshole too? Yep. What you got for number 8? You think he's too old? Yeah, he too. Okay, number 8. I'm gonna put that down. What you got? Oh man, I ain't studying you. You got something different. So that's it. That's how your little polls working. They serving pizza and they polling for the pizza. So I mean, don't really take it in. And if you're one of those people, you listen to the show. I know I got a couple people come back every day. Don't take it in seriously because that man just went on the line and got our gas prices dropped like the reserves. Now they trying to soup that up. I mean, how long the damn oil been in reserve? You gonna tell me they never was gonna use it? Now you're mad that he used it? Oh, he shouldn't have done that. Somebody had to goddamn do it. Cause I wasn't gonna go do it. This ain't Fast and the Furious. Ain't nobody jumping off no damn gas truck trying to fill up nobody's car. Come on up, pull up. Pull up. Vin Diesel up there. Come on. Come get the gas. No, this is real life, man. This is real life. Somebody had to do it on a political level. And I was telling you that he should have done that long time ago. He's the president. Of course, I know the mainstream media. Somebody listening to me out there. Somebody is hearing like, hey, listen to that guy. He's speaking something that no one else is. Yeah, but you ain't blew me up, so I'm gonna keep speaking it. And when I blow up, I'm still gonna be speaking it. I'm gonna keep it 100 with ya here on the Grill the Podcast Show. But yeah, so you got to think these same polls that they're using against Mr. Biden, and these are the same polls that they were afraid to even speak Obama's name in a negative, because those polls are biased and they are useless, and it does not gauge the sentiments of the American people. Now, moving on to Mama Pelosi. Yep, I found one on Mama Pelosi. I was doing some strolling and trolling. They are ready for the media. When I say they're ready for Mama Pelosi. Mama Pelosi don't leave us. She 81, I think. I mean, come on, baby, take your time. Go to Florida, retire. But they're trying to push this lady not in the media, trying to push her. Hey, ain't you ready to retire? Mama Pelosi like, hell no, I got some more lashes left in these switches. And if you ever got an ass whooping with a switch, you know what I'm talking about. Because Papa Joe got dealt, Papa Joe. But Mama Pelosi, just 3 weeks ago, I told you I hadn't seen anything about her. Just 3 weeks ago, they was like, oh, she's the greatest woman that has ever said Speaker of the House, and the things that she's done, and the infrastructure bill, they were jocking her like it wasn't nothing. I mean, she went in that back room with them Democrats, her co-workers, and she said, listen here, y'all better not embarrass Papa Joe. Y'all better support him. Like I said, I didn't know they were still voting. But anyway, she put her hammer down and she said, this is what we gonna do, and y'all gonna support it. But now they like, aren't you ready to retire? Don't you think it's time to go? And she's like, she ain't saying nothing. She ignoring it because it's a dumb question. Because, I mean, you go further than that. Who is stepping up? I mean, you got to think. The generation that should be controlling the Congress and senators, they are on social media. I mean, they're trying to be famous on TikTok. These are future congressmen, probably a future president of the United States, who's smart, gifted, intelligent. But you know what he's doing? Making TikTok videos. He's a YouTube star. They've given him a format. Okay, you don't ever need to use your potential. You have potential. You can speak to millions. And then when they speak to millions, it's anti-American crap, spewing some junk that came from the media. Yeah, I feel like that. I got a voice. I got a platform. Then YouTube shut them down. TikTok shut them down. And they send up what I'm going to do with my life. And they start boxing like Jake Paul. I'm going to end that right there. But yeah, so it's a lot of kids. If you're between the age of 25 and 33, you are the future of our political system. You have to be the future of our political system. You look at AOC. I am going to learn that lady's name. I promise you. I just be so afraid I'm just going to screw it up. If you look at her, I mean, this lady is strong. She is the future of Congress. I don't care what you say. Like her or not, Republican or Democrat, she's going to find a way somebody is going to marry the Republican foolishness with the Democratic foolishness and do something for we the people. And right now, I'm not a fan of hers because she always look angry, but she has something and she speaks her mind, and that's what we want. Of course, she's not going to speak her mind for everybody in the United States, but for her constituents, I think she has a connection with them, but, you know, give her time. But for the vast part of her generation, you guys aren't doing anything. The government and the system will never work for the future generation if the future generation is not willing to work for it. I mean, that's just the bottom line. There are too many of you, and if you're listening to this and you got a child that's 25, you know what I'm talking about. They're probably all into trying to be a YouTube star, but they could be the future politician that this country needs. I mean, that's just it. But they trying to get Mama Pelosi to, I won't preach too much. They trying to get Mama Pelosi to retire, hang it up. But who's going to take her place? Who is? I mean, everybody at the up on the hill other than AOC and a couple other people, they're over 50. Come on. let's really start reinvesting our real truth into these kids and get them to get into politics, because now we gonna just go on down to Atlanta. I came up in Atlanta on the city streets, available on everything, streaming everywhere by me, myself, written, produced, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's just the story of Atlanta. But I'm strolling and trolling and found out Keisha Lance Bottoms, she's leaving the mayoral race down in Atlanta. She's not even running. Now, I'm gonna say this right here. Atlanta, you slipped up. You have screwed up. Atlanta, you need a high profile, high vocal. That woman was considered to run for vice president of the United States. I mean, consideration is everything. Now, you're probably watching the Grammys. Oh, that's a Grammy nominee. Oh, okay, but this was a vice president nominee. A lot of people were considered, but your mayor, first-term mayor, was so strong and so convicted and such a voice that she was considered to be vice president or a running mate for Joe Biden when he was looking. I mean, Atlanta has had great mayors. I mean, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Kasim Reed, Maynard Jackson, Bill Campbell, Shirley Franklin was the bomb. She looked right in the camera, and everything it looked like she was saying, she looked like she was telling you to go to hell after she said it. Strong. Atlanta needs strength in that mayor office, because if you've ever been to Atlanta, you were still an hour away from Atlanta. Hey, welcome to Atlanta, and you still sitting in traffic like, I ain't even got there. Like, where's downtown? It said Atlanta, but that's traffic in Atlanta. But not traffic in Atlanta. Atlanta needs a high profile, strong mayor, and unfortunately, hey, good luck, Atlanta. Because I'm going to tell you just a little bit more about Kasim Reed. He was involved in searching for, when he was a kid, involved in searching for the missing children when the Wayne Williams and things was going on. Strong. You see what I'm saying? Atlanta, you need that. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I'm up here in Nashville. I came up in Atlanta on the city streets, but hey, I grew up, I want a better life. I wanted something else. I can do my music. I'm up here in Nashville. Now I'm doing a lot of stuff, doing a lot of different things. And I am bringing you the Grill the Podcast show, strolling and trolling and all other things. But hey, to my people in Atlanta, keep your head up. To everybody else around the world, hey, you stay blessed. You stay focused. And to you younger generations, this is your government. This is your country. Grab it, hold it, control it, and welcome to the Grill,